So Dave, let me ask you a question. If you did a project of about this size, if you were at a club or another public course, wherever you were doing this, one of the reasons that people like the natives is that it doesn't take as much maintenance as it takes to maintain turfgrass and other species. For a space like this, how often do you have to weed it? Does it take a lot of fertilizer? Does it take a lot of water? How many man-hours a month would you say it takes to maintain something like this?
Sure. So one of the big differences between a prairie planting and, say, a fescue planting is the fact that with your fescues or plantings are all grass, and you can use a broadcast sprayed herbicide to take care of the broadleaf weeds. And thistle is the Canada thistle is really the big weed that I fight all the time. So, you know, you could just run a sprayer over a fescue area. You can't do that with a prairie planting because you have broadleaf plants. And so the herbicides you would use would kill out, you know, the plants that you want to keep. So for areas like this, it's a job where you have to come out and kind of hand spray either Roundup, which is a non-selective herbicide, or a broadleaf herbicide that doesn't affect grasses but just affects the broadleaf plants. So let's take an acre as an example. Right. You probably, to spray an acre, would probably take you somewhere about 8 to 10 hours per time, just because you have to walk through and, you know, spot spray things. And you probably should be doing that about 4 times a year or so.
So you're talking about somewhere between 30 and 40, 45 hours of man-hour a year to maintain something like this.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, as opposed to with fescue, since it's generally only broadleaf and occasional, maybe you burn it once in a while?
I don't know if people are burning their fescue or not.
Some are, some aren't.
Okay, yeah. So burning is prairies benefit from burning, by the way, but it's a real pain to burn because of all the permits and whatnot that you have to get to do it. So. But
so you would say that if you were take an acre to broadleaf spray it, that's under 10 hours a year? Would you say?
It's about 10 hours 4 times a year.
Well, that's for this. But I'm talking about comparing it to fescue.
Oh, fescue, if you sprayed it once a year, probably you'd be good. And you would do it with the same thing you would use on your fairways. So you'd basically drive a machine over it with a spray. So it wouldn't take you very much time at all.
So you're talking about an addition to do something like this and to get the benefits of a different look and all the benefits for the pollinator, you're talking about the equivalent of about 35 to 40 hours of paying someone to do it. So it's labor costs basically. Yes. Because the chemicals, you'd be spraying chemicals if it was
and the chemicals you really use a small amount because you're using a little pump sprayer mixing 1.5 gallons or 2 gallons at a time, and so you're really hardly using any chemicals at all when you're spraying spot spray.
Okay, so for the members who are out there watching this and/or Greens Chairman, if you're interested in proposing something like this, other than contacting Dave or Derek, you have to understand that you're going to be incurring some cost, but it's not that much money. It's the difference between about 40 hours of manpower and what you pay them by the hour. It's not a massive investment. The plants will cost you some money, but whatever you put in is going to cost you some money. And as I understand it, these things, if properly maintained, are evolved for this climate, so they should last quite a while.
They do last quite a while, but they are successional in a way. So this is one called Sand Coreopsis. It is kind of a succession plant, and so probably 5 years from now it won't be here, but hopefully once you get this matrix filled in a little bit, you would select other plants for it. And my suggestion would be, if you're going to do a project like this, start small. Maybe do it someplace that's not real visible until you're comfortable with it and comfortable with the results, and kind of experiment around a little bit. I would select, depending upon where you are, where you could select a taller mix. This is actually a shorter mix. I think that the shorter mixes on golf courses, if it's near play, is what you'd want to do. The taller ones can get a little bit more wild, I guess you would say.
So you would put those out near the edges of the golf
Yeah,
course.
if you wanted to do taller mix, you could experiment with that, but I would put it towards the back of fence lines, in the back of whatever it is you're planting into.